Linear games suck.
Objection!
You suck.
Nah.
A lot of shade is thrown in the corner of linearity, as many attribute it to ruining experience or dulling a game. But that's a linear opinion to have, meaning that if in fact linearity does suck, you suck. I rest my case, Your Honor. I think that linearity is just like any game feature, and most of the time that it occurs, it's used thoughtfully as it works to improve a game, as linearity can bring focus, balance difficulty, and incredible moments. So today on Blurbs, let's ask, what's the point of living? And also, let's talk about the advantages and benefits of designing a linear video game. Hey, what do you think of this? That's Dark Souls. The world of Lordran in Dark Souls 3 is one built on linearity, as it travels down a narrow progression path with few branching tangents. Many see this as a bad thing, as it feels like a step back from the incredible interlocking design of From's previous titles, but its utilization allows for the game's bosses, the game's world, and the game's atmosphere to feel incredibly consistent. You might lose a sense of discovery, but each boss fight feels incredibly fair and enjoyably balanced, something that Elden Ring notably lacks. In Elden Ring, bosses come in 3 variants. I'm slapping him, he's slapping me, and
Wizard Beam!
I'm cheating. Going back and playing Dark Souls 3 after playing Elden Ring was incredibly refreshing, and a lot of that is due to its difficulty, which is balanced perfectly due to its linearity. All that plus a world packed full of atmosphere, and Dark Souls 3 feels like it offers something a whole lot different than the other games in the series. Next up, we have pacing, and pacing is incredibly important in maintaining a gamer's interest, and making a game linear can ensure a perfect balance to that pace. While I love God of War's open-ended level design and backtracking, it did often mean that I would go from being bombarded with epic story moments to searching for loot and forgetting about the story entirely. Games like Guardians of the Galaxy try you down a very linear path, but it serves to keep you locked in on the characters and the story that's taking place. The emotional bonds formed with Drax, Groot, Rocket, and Gamora all feel far more weighty due to you feeling stuck with them and a good balance of story beats. It also enhances the comedy that game has, with Rocket and Groot doing their old thing and Drax not understanding what sarcasm is. Oh, I love that bit. Yeah, me too. But one of my favorite games in terms of pacing is Jusant. Jusant perfects pacing through its balance of incredible jaw-dropping moments and fun, relaxing climbing. It works to make you fall in love with the mechanics and the world without feeling overwhelmed or bored by either. When moments like the Jellyfish Cave arrive, they feel far more exciting because of the somewhat laid-back nature of the rest of the game. Finally, I want to talk about explosive on-rails moments, and no game does those moments better than Uncharted. And I know I talked about Uncharted last time, but bear with me. Oh shit. Big bombastic moments have defined the Uncharted series, from hanging off the train at the beginning of Uncharted 2 to being dragged behind a car in a shootout in Uncharted 4. These moments are often derived out of their linearity, as they are expensive, they have a huge effect on pace, and they may often constrain a developer to fit them in a specific way. These moments are viewed as the pinnacle of the Uncharted series, the thing that everyone remembers. There are so many of them, and each of them have an immense impact on the player and on the gameplay experience, adding to the exciting nature of the world building. But these moments are also present in Titanfall 2, as they serve to make that game feel like more than just a campaign to a multiplayer experience. Titanfall 2 feels lovingly crafted, immensely exciting, and just downright fun, and a lot of that comes down to these giant world building moments. I hope that this video goes to show that there's not just one way to design a game's structure. Yes, I love interlocking worlds. Dark Souls, Hollow Knight, and Metroid are some of my favorite games of all time, but I do still think there is a place for very linear games. They work to convey a story, have excellent pacing, and manage difficulty in a way other games just can't. So the next time you go to criticize a game for being too linear, find something else.
Objection!
What?
You forgot to say goodbye.
Oh yeah, bye-bye.